Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what's coming in September 2021. 2021, 21 of September. That's my day, that's my birthday. Anyways, less about me and more about you. We are going to have a look and see what's coming through. Now, I know the scenery looks a little bit chaotic. It won't be like that forever. It's just that the crystals are also there as well, so it just looks like there's a lot going on, but it will all be simplified, don't worry. So we have got these four beautiful piles, so I'll actually show you. And it's really nice because they're sort of like palm reading cards, which is really lovely. So we've got here group 1 with this card. So whichever, of course, group you're interested in and you want to watch, feel free to do so. The timestamps will be down below. We have a group 2 with these cards. Well, sorry, this card and these palms. And then we've got group 3 with this palm and, of course, this crystal as well. So we've got corresponding crystals, and then group 4 with this particular card. Alright, so whichever one you are most drawn to is going to be the reading for you for September. Take a look, have a peek, have a browse, whatever you're most drawn to, and then yeah, timestamps are down below. Also wanted to mention as well that if you'd like to win a free reading with me, information is also down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. Last thing I want to mention is my intention items are also on my website as well. So if you are interested in purchasing items which thousands of people have seen results with, which are handmade, definitely do check out my website, which you can't really see there, but it's shopmoonlightguidance.com. Not Hot Moonlight Guidance like it says, but there we go, Shop Moonlight Guidance. And yeah, all the links are down below as well. You can check those out. I also do private readings as well within 12 to 24 hours, same day readings if you are interested, of course, with me as well. So do check that out if you're interested. And yeah, we're going to first of all start with group number 1, and then we'll work our way down to the rest of the groups. These crystals are also available as well on my website if anyone wanted to purchase them. Okay, so we'll start first of all with group 1. So what I'll do is let's move the other groups to the side. Really pretty crystals. I like them so much. Okay. September, do you remember? The 21st night of September. I'm seeing a lot of 21s here, actually, to be honest, and it's so crazy because the 21st night of September is actually my birthday as well. Like, what a coincidence with the Earth, Wind, Fire song. It's crazy. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Alright, so, and my real name, by the way, means moonlight, which is a vibe in itself, I guess. Alright, so, do you know what? I feel like gathering these pentacles up because it just looks like there's a lot there. Do you know what? Maybe we should put them all here. That looks nice. Why didn't I think of that before? Just a bit of like rearranging here. Okay. Actually, okay. So, group number 1. Let's do that. Okay. Do this. Okay, group number 1. Let's have a look and see what's coming in September of 2021. Alright, so you have chosen this beautiful blue pile. We have this stunning blue crystal, which we'll just put right here. And then also you have got this card. And this one, of course, has the palm on this blue background, and it says here the Mount of Venus is located at the base of your thumb. So it's like, well, you can see where it is. The circle is here. Okay, so I don't know. It was just so that you would pick, you know, the pile that sort of resonates with you. Now it's interesting how you got Venus, right? So yeah, we will come on to this because it will make some kind of sense as we do the spread. I know it will. Alright, so let's start by doing your spread. Let's get some tarot cards out. Ooh. This is all about your passion, okay? So September here is you working very hard, okay? 8 of Pentacles, working very, very hard, getting lots done, very, very productive. month indeed for you. You are really experimenting, you're expanding, you're coming up with ideas, you're working very hard, you're submitting things, and you are expecting good results, okay? Some of you might even be doing exams, for example, or taking a test, and you're expecting to do very well because of the amount of hard work that you have put in. All right, so that's first thing first. The Eight of Cups here is also about a retreat. Many of you feel like you really want a holiday, you really just want to get away, you want to go somewhere, you want a break. So there's a taking a break kind of energy that I do feel here. Now, some of you will just contemplate this and some of you will actually go forward and do it, because I do see here judgment. Okay, so judgment is your choice and your decision as to whether you want to do this or not. Some of you may feel like that I have so much other work to do, so maybe not now, but maybe later. So that's another thing that I do see in September as well. Now, it's interesting because we have got the Eight of Cups and Venus enters Scorpio on the 10th of September. So this really does go to show here that you are feeling yourself, okay? You will feel good within yourself. You will feel nice and happy. Also, the color black is very strong. Now, Venus in Scorpio really does accentuate the color black as well. It's interesting actually how this deck has got quite a lot of that color in it as well, especially with the black cat. You see this person here also wearing an outfit with some black in it as well. So I really feel here that black is your color for September. Really is. Don't be afraid of black. Do you know what? I used to dress in black all the time. And then I ventured out of it. But it used to be like if you open my wardrobe, you just see black. I think that black is actually a really lovely colour, you know? It makes people look good too, so, you know. But it's definitely a colour here. Also it's about taking personal control of relationships and money matters, which we know you are here, right? Especially with the Eight of Pentacles, money matters. You're absolutely taking care of it. You're not just letting it like slide out the window and disappear. So yeah, you are really going quite strong at that. Remember you had here the card as well, which really did show like the Mount of Venus as well. So Venus enters Scorpio. Big energy actually for your September. I feel like it dictates a lot of September. In terms of intimacy, things get very spicy, just saying, okay? Like it really does ramp up the sort of sensual side of things. But also if you're single, like you could really just be feeling like the way that you look and feeling like, wow, you know, I look attractive, I look good, you know, I want to wear something a little more, I don't know, like, you know, and I'm not gonna like sit here and say like, oh, it's about you wearing more revealing clothes, but you might think to yourself, you know what, I want to wear, you know, if you don't usually wear dresses, you might be like, I want to wear something a bit more feminine. Or if you know, male or female, I'm just saying. Or if you know, you might be like, you know what, I actually want to wear like a necklace, or I want to do my nails. This is not just about like literally just showing skin. Like some of you may really love that, but for some of you, you might feel like it's in other ways that you want to kind of show that sort of more sensual side of yourself, you know what I mean? But mainly also through clothing, so that's something I'm seeing, which I think is really interesting as well. And this can be different for everyone, you know, that's the thing, male or female, it's going to be completely different for everyone as to how you do this, you know, that's the thing. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. Shall we also get some oracle cards out? I was going to get more tarot cards out. I'll do that in a second. Your communication skills are strong here, okay? Also, in September, some of you may have issues with your teeth, your jaw, your neck, your arms perhaps, thyroid, throat, mouth, because we have got throat chakra energies. Now, keeping in mind that the sun will be in Virgo, you may find that your throat doesn't want to, well, you may not want to talk as much. You may feel like I can't because I have like teeth issues, jaw issues, you know, I just don't want to talk, you know, like you might have mouth issues, for example. So just keep in mind that even though your communication skills will be very good with people, okay, at the same time, you do have the fact that your throat chakra can get a little bit blocked as well, just because of the sun being in Virgo. Now, that's not to say that Virgos are terrible or anything. I mean, I am one myself, but it's just something that can come through, okay? And also, you've got Mercury retrograde at the end of the month as well, which means that essentially, you know, keep going, basically. That's the energy. Don't rely on others, I would say, and don't try to fix them either. Big energy. Focus on you. This is the big energy of Mercury retrograde at the end of September. That's very, very important. Your focus is really on you. You see here, Judgment, this is about you. Eight of Cups, this is about you. Eight of Pentacles, it is about you. So that's really the biggest thing, is that this focus is all about you, and some of you might be having some of those issues there. Okay, so we have here this card which says limiting beliefs. The situation calls for reprogramming your belief system, which is exactly what I was talking about, wasn't it? So this is interesting. Like, some of you might really get into certain things that you weren't really into before. Some of you might get into politics. Some of you might get into like interesting social topics that are like fascinating you. You might get into things about, I don't know, the environment. You might get into things that sort of you may not have really dug much into before. And I just feel here as well that this is also about you believing in yourself, right? And your belief system and putting yourself first, where sometimes, you know, when you were growing up, you might have thought, oh, it's all about others. Now you're thinking about yourself and putting you first. Very, very important for you here in September. Group number 1. Very important, okay? And interesting, you've got also the sun going into Libra. So this is all about partnership. It's all about fairness. It's about negotiation, you know, and that is also swaying in your favor, your beliefs and what you believe is right, but also doing what is best for you at the same time, right? So very, very important indeed. So let's go to the charm reading now. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Oh, look, blue potion as well. Blue's a big colour, blue and black. Okay, blue is mainly like, I think, to do with your throat chakra. I'm actually wearing blue as well. You might have a lot of blue around you. Actually, do you want to look? Blue and black. It's a dominant. This is the Everyday Witch Tarot. It's quite like blue on the back as well. It's literally the same kind of colour actually, isn't it? So that's what we have there. Blue in terms of the throat chakra. Black more so in terms of clothing. That's what I'm seeing. Or like accessories, right? The sister is someone to dream, cry, sing, laugh with. So you may have like a friend who just feels like a sister, or someone who is literally a sister around you, who's like kind of helping you through certain things. That's one thing that I'm picking up on. Feeling pretty good actually in September, you know, like you're working hard. Like, I feel like a lot of you are kind of like in your own little bubble. You may sometimes feel isolated because you're doing so much, but you're like really getting down to business. In all honesty, we have here like this mixer, right? This is like a little KitchenAid, not sponsored by KitchenAid. It's just like what I think of. Baking, cooking, mixing. I'm also thinking of cement as well. I don't know, this reminds me of cement. You know, those big like cement mixers. So maybe some of you are having renovations, or a house is being built, or you're thinking about building. But I'm also thinking of baking at the same time. Let me know how that resonates. Let me know for sure. You've got purple, which represents here the crown chakra. So again, this is really about you. It's about grace and beauty. We talked a lot about, you know, dressing. Also that Scorpio energy coming through with Venus going into Scorpio. This is also about mental health. You know, it's about knowledge. It's about spiritual enlightenment. So you're really focusing on yourself, like we did talk about before as well. You've got here a knight as well. So you are progressing. You're working very, very hard. You're trying to go towards your goals, making things happen. Okay, we also have here as well, what is this? Oh, it's a little girl, so that's interesting. Perhaps there's a little girl around you, or one of your angels could be a little girl as well. Okay, so an energy here of a little girl. Maybe you get a dream of a little girl. And we have the letter J, and we have the letter G. A J and a G. Okay, and so that can make sense for like initials of people, for example. It could make sense for like a company that you have an interest in, or that you're applying for, something like that. We also have a ring as well, and we also have these pliers. So I feel like some of you are really just taking care of yourself, and you're cutting out things that are just not serving you anymore. We also have the ring, which is also like self-commitment towards yourself. For some of you, there may be someone who is romantically interested towards you, but you're focusing so much more on yourself, because I feel like you're so busy to the point where all I feel like I'm seeing is just you know, like really self-focused towards yourself. That doesn't mean that there's nobody around you. It just means here that you're focusing so much more on yourself. And then you have this like little toxic sign. So that's really interesting as well. Maybe this is someone that's like toxic around you who you are like cutting out with these pliers. But that's the kind of energy that I am seeing here. You know, it's really about like making sure that you are putting yourself first. Oh, you know that energy that I spoke about with Mercury going into retrograde. Don't rely on others. Don't try to fix them either. See, like you might be trying to like fix people and they're like really toxic for you, and then that toxicity like kind of goes into your energy and it just makes you feel worse. Oh, that's an interesting thing. So that is basically what I'm seeing here. Of course, if this does resonate with you, please do let me know in the comment section below. Do like the video as well. That really does help out the video and the channel. Do comment down below as well if it did resonate. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website as well. Everything is listed down below for your convenience, and take care everyone. Alright, so that is that. Alright, let me just clear away the table. That was a good reading. That was a solid reading. I actually really enjoyed that as well. I really did. The messages were really powerful. Okay. Let's go now to the next group. I'm going to put it there actually, just in case. Actually, should I put it here? Do. Alright, group number 2. Let's have a look and see what's coming to you in September 2021. I am intrigued, I am interested, and I hope you are as well. Okay, so you have chosen this pile. You've got the yellow crystal, and you have this card which sort of is resembling your reading. But in many ways as well, it will connect more to the tarot cards and the oracle cards that we pick out, as well as the charms. So we're going to do like charm reading and everything. So this one here says, the line of destiny or fate, the fate line, gives insight into how much my life is influenced by things out of my control. So it's interesting because that is literally what we do see here. So you've got here the headline, and this is the lifeline, and then that is basically the influencing factor. So my line of destiny, yeah, it's that one right there, and it's this one that goes all the way down. Wow, I don't even have one. How interesting is that? Okay, well, anyways, the whole point of this is that we're going to be looking into what is coming your way. But do you know what this card more so really does represent? It represents the fact that so many of you in September feel like your life is influenced by things that are out of your control. Let that sink in for a while. Let that sink in. Okay, so with that being said, let's grab these tarot cards. Yeah, see? The Ten of Wands. You feel burdened by things that are out of your control, right? You feel like you have to control these things, but you don't. I would say try not to let these things become such a huge part of your life, because it will weigh you down. Alright, so if you feel like you need to be fixing certain relationships, you need to be fixing certain people, this is really not the month to do it, and I'll tell you why. Mercury will turn retrograde on the 27th of September. This particular retrograde is not a retrograde in which you want to be fixing people, because it will cause you more pain. Look who else we have. We have the Magician. Magician's literally ruled by Mercury, okay? So this is the energy that's really powerful. This retrograde is about not relying on others, okay? And also not letting external influences and circumstances dictate how you do everything. So of course certain things happen and we go off of them and that sort of dictates what happens, but it's about sort of like, for example, if you really like someone and they're rejecting you, your job isn't to change them. Your job is to accept that, okay, that's how they feel, and then to focus on yourself and look after yourself and heal. That's your job, right? So it's about not trying to fix them either and mainly focusing on you. Now, what do we have here? King of Pentacles, right? This is that self-focused energy that you have with the Virgo season energy, right? So that is one of the most significant things that I'm seeing here. Use the last week to get ahead rather than feeling like everything is out of your control. The strong will get stronger in September and the weak will get weaker. Now, I'm not trying to say that you're a weak person, but your energy will influence what happens in September, right? So that's what I'm trying to say here, especially with this particular card, you know, which, I mean, I'm not claiming to be a palm reader, you know, or anything like that, but this card does represent things in the way that it does show here that regardless of what your palm says, right, it's really about how you let these things influence you on a day-to-day basis and the things that you can do to sort of control those aspects as well, right? Because not everything will, you know, will impact things. In the context of, it's also part of like what you let impact things with your emotions and your feelings as well. And I think that that's really important in so many ways and really quite significant. I can hear the cooker in the kitchen. I wonder if the door is open. 1 second. No, it is shut. It's just that it's so loud. Okay, so don't worry. There is someone in there with it, with the cooker in the kitchen. So that's what we have there. Okay, Mercury retrograde. Don't be afraid of it. Just try not to fix others during that time. And just in general, you know, you don't have to fix people. It's about putting yourself at a power. If you're always trying to fix someone, then the minute they don't want to fix themselves, you will take blame for the fact that they don't want to do that. And that's not really, well, that's not really something that you should feel like you have to do, okay? So, what else do we see in September? Well, I'm going to grab an oracle card, but I will tell you one thing, is you have got the yellow crystal. Yellow crystal is to do with the solar plexus chakra, okay? So some of you may also feel sometimes very anxious in September. You may also feel like your stomach is maybe upset. For example, you know when people get really anxious or stressed, their like stomach also goes into that kind of mode. So you may feel that, you know, areas of spleen, gallbladder, small intestines, abdomen, also pancreas, liver, you may just find that those areas of your body are just a little bit, I would say, blocked. Obviously, if there's a like severe medical condition, please do go see a medical professional. It has to be said. These are like minor things that some of you will perhaps feel, because yeah, solar plexus chakra is to do with inner peace, personal power, self-confidence, self-worth, self-acceptance, and those are things that some of you may feel really overwhelmed by, especially with the sun being in Virgo, where you may feel like, you know, you want to fix people, you want to fix situations, you want to feel like you have, well, you feel like you have to do everything. You really don't. Bring that power to yourself in terms of healing and putting yourself first. The more you can do what you want to do for others, but do it for yourself, the more power you bring to your life in September. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Ooh, shooting star, look at that. You are a shooting star. You're about to step into your fullest potential. You really are, okay? The minute you let go of the things that are burdening you, the things that are out of your control, and you step into your power, and you know that everything that you want is on your table, you know, on your table. That is when you will unlock everything that you've ever wanted with stability and success. I see so many of you unlocking potential to have better careers, to find better job opportunities online or in person. You may also find that you have more potential to earn more money. You're unlocking your full potential. You might be coming up with new business ideas and ventures. And this all starts when you stop feeling like everything is out of your control, or that everything else is dictating what you do, right? Because I will say, like, sometimes it does happen that things dictate certain things, but not always, you know? So that's also one thing for sure that we are also picking up on as well. So yeah. Okay, so we'll go to the charm reading in just a little bit. So you got death, right? Death is about transformation and change, right? It's also about rebirth as well. So this is about transformation. Like, you don't have to, especially situations that are dead, you don't have to keep poking the bear. It's just going to hurt you more and more. Sometimes it's best to like leave things alone, And also, by the way, this is Scorpio energy. On the 10th of September, Venus enters Scorpio, okay? And you know what that is all about. It is about vamping things up. Black is your colour, okay, for September. Black and yellow, big colours for you in September. I feel like a lot of you may also be wearing black, or you might just be feeling like that's your colour. For example, like you might get your nails done in black, or you might be tempted to, some of you, not all of you, might be tempted to dye your hair black. Like, just see, like black clothing, black outfits, black shoes, things like that. Whether you're male or female, black handbags, black rucksacks or backpacks as they call them sometimes. So yeah, that's the kind of vibe that I'm seeing there. This is about taking personal control of your relationship, and money matters, which I see here, right? Not trying to fix things, but taking control of these matters, and just leaving things the way that they are instead of like poking the bear all the time. Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups in this particular card is expecting a child, right? So keep that in mind. I mean, it could be you, but it could be somebody around you, okay? That's what I will say. So obviously it's not going to be you for like everyone, so that's one thing I will say. You're feeling emotional, you're feeling like you have got to do a lot. The Queen of Cups really is someone who is very self-serving, but also serving to others, and I think that that's the kind of energy that you'll be in September, where you do feel emotional about certain things, but you also realize that you can't serve and do everything. You can't also fix people. That's a big energy, okay? Like fixing certain situations and people or relationships. You've got the Knight of Cups here as well, which really does show that it is quite a significant. Ooh, it's like perhaps there's also romance in the air here as well. But also like for yourself and for people around you that do care about you. By the way, a Death card is like very sensual, because when Venus enters Scorpio, like that's intense, okay? Everyone knows that like the Scorpio energy can be quite freaky, let's say, quite appealing in a kind of like sexual way. So what I will say is that the Death card is very interesting there. Like, you might feel like things are like getting vamped up, etc. Like it's pretty significant. So then there is that as well. Okay, so yeah, you might find that that area of your life is very interesting, but I also feel here that there is a healing energy, there's a letting go energy, and that's where you start to feel so much more free and so much more happier emotionally as well. It's like a shooting star shooting through the sky. Okay, so that's what we have there. Let's go to the charm reading. Wow, we have so much. Okay, first of all, the star. You are a star. Okay, that's that. By the way, you might also see a shooting star, like physically, you might see a shooting star. It's another thing to keep in mind. Solar plexus chakra, we talked about it. So solar is the sun, right? The sun's energy. So solar plexus chakra here is showing something for sure. Some of you are having some problems. So for example, those areas of the body that I mentioned where you might have a few little issues here and there is to do with the solar plexus chakra. So I will say here that a great thing that you can do is just to preserve your energy and to take care of yourself, and you'll find that some of those issues can also resolve by themselves. Solar plexus chakra is to do also with inner peace and personal power, self-esteem, so that will also rise as September goes by, so long as you're not trying to always fix things. Otherwise your self-esteem will start to suffer as a result. We have here the hashtag. Hashtag is interesting, isn't it? Some of you might be going on holiday, you might be also like posting pictures, or you might be posting throwbacks or memories on social media. You might be thinking about past holidays and things like that, or be planning future ones, for example. I also see baking energy. You've got a rolling pin. You have here a baking tray. We also have some cocktails. That's interesting. Again, like the holiday energy or retreating energy. Or you might be creating this kind of vibe at home. Perhaps there's like a dinner party or a lunch or a brunch that I also see here as well. Again, the yellow here really represents the solar plexus chakra energy. You also have here this mitten as well. So again, like very strong baking energy. That's what's coming through. You've got sparkly sparkles, sparkles, shooting star vibe. So that's about you knowing that you're special, you're really wonderful. You got here this team player energy. Things should be mutual and equal between you and others, and I think that's something you're realizing before you put so much energy towards people. See, this is about toxic people and people that just don't want to change, and this is you trying to fix them, but instead of fixing them, perhaps distancing yourself away from them or realizing that they're not good for you and cutting them out is maybe so much better for you, because that will allow you to explore all the things that you love to do and to feel so much better about yourself. September is about taking care of you, right? And putting yourself first. You know what also happens in September? The sun goes into Libra. Libra is also about justice. It's about scales. It's about preserving your energy. It is about mutual energies and not trying to force yourself in certain ways to do certain things that don't feel good to you. Okay, so now we also have here as well this little charm, which, to be honest, is interesting. So do you have that conception, which I think is fascinating because we have got the Queen of Cups here, pregnant. So it says here, God something given you one conception and make yourselves another, which doesn't make sense to me, except for the fact that it probably represents this. So some of you might be thinking about having a child, or somebody around you is having a child, right? So I see like recreation, procreation. What is the word? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I like use the wrong term, but a child will come to be known. So yeah, someone might do like an announcement that they're having a child, and something like that. So that's what I see here. Okay, so that is your reading, group number 2. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. And of course, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, reading giveaway, intention items, which are on my website, which thousands of people have seen results with. The crystals are also available to purchase on there as well. And take care, everyone. Alright, so... ooh, what an interesting reading. That's really interesting. Okay, so let's take these away. This away. Alright, group number 3, let's have a look and see what's coming in September 2021. Yes, okay, so we are going to take a look and see what's happening and what messages I have for you. Alright, so you've chosen this particular pile, this beautiful like peach coloured crystal. I'm going to put it right here, and this is the card for your reading, and then of course we're going to pull more tarot cards, oracle cards. And so here it says here, I gain insight from the line of my head, which shows me the depth of my pursuits and curiosities. So that would be the headline. So line of my head, there it is, the line of the head, right there. Alright, so this card is interesting because this really does represent that in September you are going to realize the depths of your pursuits and your curiosities. So this is about, those dreams and fantasies that I'm sure we all have, where we're thinking like, oh, maybe I could be really good at doing this, or maybe I should set up a business doing this, or maybe I could be really good at doing that. You're going to realize the depths of how far that can go, or how much of that you can achieve realistically. So that's really interesting. I need to pull some tarot cards ASAP to figure out what that energy is all about, but let's see what's coming in September as well. I'm sure a lot of other messages will come through. Wow, do you know what? If you have an idea, it's just showing here go for it. I feel like you can also be very victorious with certain ideas. Some of you have been sleeping on the fact that you have got this business idea or there's something you've really wanted to do for a very long time, and I feel like it's just about taking that leap of faith and going for it. You know, some people get really, really scared about taking a leap of faith, but actually it's not the leap of faith that's is the big thing. It's the process and the journey that's actually much, much bigger. It's the consistency that you put into it that's so much bigger, that's so much more time consuming, that is so much more sometimes also more significant, you know, rather than just getting started. Some of you might be like, I really want to start a YouTube channel. I really want to start a TikTok. I really just want to start my own business, like a physical business. I want to start my own restaurant. I want to be a teacher. I want to whatever it is that you're thinking, right? Because it's a general reading. Everyone's very different with what the things they want to do. It's just about starting, you know, starting and then being consistent. Consistency is the key. You know, once a bird takes off, it has to continue to sort of, you know, use its wings. It can't just like stop once it's already used its wings once to take off. It has to continue until it lands, right? So that's the thing, is that consistency is absolutely the key. So that's really the biggest thing here. Just because you turn on the oven doesn't mean it's enough to cook the entire pie. You gotta then leave the oven on so that it can continue to cook the entire pie. The process is very, very important. And I just feel here that a lot of you will realize that, okay, you know, I've wanted to do this for a while, but I haven't quite been ready, you know, for the process. And now you're starting to evaluate, like, okay, how can I stay consistent with it? Because consistency is absolutely the key, you know, and that's one of the things that we will for sure mention here. Wow, look at this, 2 of Cups. Love is in the air. Do, 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 do. Wow. Isn't this like such an amazing definition for relaxation? Like just abundance, you know, full abundance, happiness, peace, prosperity, delicious food. It's so beautiful. You know, I feel and I think that your September brings you a horizon which is close to you. That probably doesn't make any sense. Basically, your abundance is coming to you. You are not being compressed into this small little box. You are outgrowing the box that you've been in, and you're now realizing that, you know what, it's time for me to take action. It's time for me to move towards the things that I want to do. I am not going to let myself be in this tiny little box because I don't deserve to be in that tiny little box. I deserve to go much further out, and I deserve to progress much further out as well. So that's definitely the kind of vibe that I am picking up on, and that I'm also seeing as well, which is obviously pretty significant. I just feel that the 9 of Pentacles really does represent that so many of you will start to find so much happiness and joy within yourself. Right? You'll start to feel really content, very fulfilled within yourself, and the things that you love to do. You just find that that's your inner peace, and nobody can take that peace away from you. You know, regardless of how certain circumstances and situations have been in your life, you will finally feel that, you know what, I found people that are like me, and I want to preserve and protect that over people that come into my life and literally turn it upside down and then just leave. So the 2 of Cups here shows that there can be a very like-minded person in your life who is mutual and kind and caring, who either appears on your life or has been in your life so far, and they're just really kind and caring and extremely supportive. I just feel like you don't have time for people who are unsupportive. You just don't have time for that. You want mutual equal respect. Mequal. It's mutual and equal together. So that's what I see here, and also with the Sun in Libra as well. Like, you are just wanting balance, okay? Balance in your relationships, balance in your career, and you just want to feel happy, and you will, okay? Because the Ace of Swords shows that you will have conversations with someone who just sparks something in your soul, makes you feel so happy, they're very supportive, and they just make you feel so at peace, you know? You don't have to like worry, like, oh my God, what's this person gonna think? You just feel happy, you feel content. The depth of your pursuits are not out of reach, okay? They are there. Oh, card just fell on the floor. Right, that will be the last card. Not that one, but the one that fell on the floor. And then we will get an oracle card as well. Wow. Group number 3. I like, what do we see? Very poetic. Okay, hold on. Let me grab this card. Okay, so we have here the Knight of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, right? Look at that. 7 of Pentacles. It's just about, you know, enjoyment and happiness. So this this woman here is picking grapes, and she has a glass of wine. So she's probably made her own wine. Many of you are thinking about doing something of your own, or like creating your own business, having something of your own. And I just feel here that, again, there is this sense of a process and creation that many of you are doing in September. A lot of you are going to come up with your ideas in September, or you're going to finally get started on this in September. And you're going to feel good. You're going to feel good. The 9th month. 9 of Pentacles, you're going to feel good and abundant, okay? Knight of Pentacles, it is a process. It's part of the journey. It's not the destination. So don't feel like, okay, I've started. Where's my success? It is a process, okay? So be patient, I would say. But yes, I do feel like there's romantically someone here that does want to meet up with you. And just, I think that because you are so happy and content in your own energy, and you're feeling good, and you're also like discovering other things that you want to do, like love seems to flow a lot more naturally in your life, because that's not like the one thing that you're just like obsessed with, you know, so it naturally just kind of comes in. It makes you go like, wow, okay, like love's coming through, but I'm also focused on this, you know, so it kind of comes together in that sense. Okay, and your oracle card, we're going to do a charm reading as well. So this says spiritual growth. You are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Stunning, stunning, right? You are becoming so much stronger in yourself, and as a result of that, you are really evolving spiritually. You're finding yourself, you're finding the things that you love to do, and again, it's part of the process. You know, the growth is literally part of the process, and that's really the most important thing. So the lesson that I feel like you are experiencing is to not realize that just because you take a step, that's it. To really just understand that things are a process, and that sometimes the process can be slower, but also to not cut yourself off too short. Like some of you might, for example, start something and then realize that, okay, it's not really doing much, so I'll do something else. But actually, sometimes when you stick with something and you see it grow, it can actually really come together. Okay, so I'm not talking about like relationships that hurt you and then you feel like you need to stay in them. It's a different story altogether. I'm more so talking about like certain ideas that you have, you know, and career ideas and aspirations. Like sometimes, yes, relationships can work out in that sense, but it's very individual and different for everyone. And this is also about you not, like when you want to do something, it's about you recognizing that you can do it rather than feeling like, no, too many people are doing that, you know, because you're different and it can still work for you and you can still have abundance, you know. Don't feel like you can't do something just because too many people are already doing it. Just saying. Just saying. This is the big lesson here, is to not feel like you have to live in a box. You can outgrow that box. You can wear the box as an outfit. You know, you don't have to like be in that box. Okay, so charms. Yeah. Why be a fish when you could be a dolphin? There's nothing wrong with fishes, by the way. I'm just saying, okay, it's the dolphin that just came out, so I'm just saying. Some of you might be really interested in like marine life or the ocean. I can see some documentaries here. You might be watching certain documentaries. By the way, we have a little like turtle as well, and so that's really cute. Something about the sea as well. You might be going to the sea or the seaside. So I have the blue as well. So again, there's like that sort of water energy. You may be connecting to a water sign here as well, especially with the Two of Cups, that sort of romantic energy. The crown chakra energy as well, which is about your mental health and your spiritual health, taking care of yourself, really putting yourself in a place of power as well, which I think is very important. You've got here, oh, this looks so delicious. This is like, you know, wooden spoon where you're like mixing up like batter for like cookies or baking, or just in general you're like cooking. I feel like many of you are going to get into cooking, sort of cooking your own food or baking. We have here Cupid, see, the arrow's going to strike. We did see that Two of Cups, right? So that shows it. And of course you've got these two love hearts as well, so there is love in the air. in September, like I did mention before. And you've also got here the tree as well. It's very tropical. It could be that this person's from like a very tropical place, or a country where they have lots of palm trees and like beautiful oceans, things like that. But it could also be that, you know, maybe some of you live in a place that looks like this, or you visit a place like this. And that is what we're seeing. Oh wow, it was 4444 on the timestamps as well. Literally just as I finished, I looked there. All right, so that is your reading. Oh my god, how strange. How strange. You know when I said like 4444, I just looked at the timestamps for the reading, and I always like write them down as well. Look at that. Sorry, my handwriting is not the greatest when I'm doing my readings because I write so quickly. So yeah, I got 44 and then another 44 here as well. Interesting, isn't it? Anyways, so that is your reading, group number 3. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Really does help out my channel if you do like the video and subscribe. And do comment down below as well if it does resonate with you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, like I just mentioned 100 times. But don't forget to check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website. And take care, everyone. All right, bye. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, the dolphin. Dolphin is like, hey. All right, let me grab the last cards. Woo! Okay. Alright, group number 4, this is your reading with me for what's coming in September 2021. So we're going to have a look. You have chosen this very beautiful purple pile with the purple crystal and the purple card as well. So we're going to read through this and then I'll pull some tarot cards, oracle cards, charms. We are really going to get into everything, so we'll have a look. Okay, so this card here says the Mount of Mercury is located at the base of the little finger, so this area right here. Now, it's interesting actually that this card even came out. So it's less about sort of the palm reading aspect, but it's more so also about what the card is talking about, which is Mercury. There is a Mercury retrograde in September. Yes, there is. And so that's interesting. Let's keep that in mind because I feel like the spread may represent what also happens in September for you. So we'll take a look. Let's have a look with tarot and see what September is bringing you. But that Mercury energy, interesting. 5 Pentacles. Ooh, okay. I'm just going to grab a couple more sort of clarifying cards for this. Okay, and okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's also just grab this oracle. I'm going to just get all the cards out, to be honest. Ah, okay. Righty-ho. So, you've got the Queen of Wands. You are a very powerful person, okay? I just will say that. You are powerful. You are special in your own right. I really feel here that many of you are going to be feeling so good within how you look. You will feel really good. You'll feel happy, body confident, body positive. I also feel that some of you are going to hit your goals in regards to, and these goals could have been going on for a little while, where some of you wanted to either gain weight or lose weight, or, you know, there's a certain way in which you want to look. For example, you might get certain like cosmetic things done. You know, you may cut your hair or get your teeth whitened, or what else do people get done? Get your nails done. You might get a manicure, a pedicure, facial. You know, I just see that there are elements here of like your outer beauty that you are working on, which is interesting. And also like clothing and things like that. So I'm just saying, okay, like some of you might be buying like new little pieces of clothing here and there, or you may go somewhere and you may really enjoy the fact that that's the fashion there, and then you bring it sort of back with you. So that's what I see here, is that you really enjoy like getting dressed up and things like that. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing there, and like grooming, you know. Okay, so there's that aspect there. Actually, do you know what? It's really interesting because Venus enters Scorpio on the 10th. I'm not surprised actually that you're gonna like that aspect of things in September at all. You really, really will, because that Scorpio energy is va va voom, especially when it's in Venus. You know, Scorpio is like a very like sensual. It's a sensual energy, and then when it goes into Venus, it is like boom, extra. Okay, so that's what we have here. Some of you might really be into like perfumes and fragrance and like smelling good and things like that. Okay, so that is what we have there. Now, the thing that I was going to talk about with Mercury was, we have got here the Seven of Wands. Okay, so Mercury retrogrades are not always the easiest, they're not always the fun, but you know what, they come and go in our lives, and some of them are more intense than others. This Mercury retrograde is, I wouldn't say it's as intense for you. The reason I say that is because this is more so about putting yourself first and trying not to fix other people. So there's been a bit of a theme in some of the other readings as well, to be honest, that you know that I have done in this reading itself. You know, because obviously there's like 4 readings in this reading. And one thing I will say is that this can be you feeling at times as though fingers are being pointed. You know, so for example, if you're in a work environment and you find that you accidentally misspell something, or you misread a number, or you accidentally sign something and you realise that, oh, I forgot that, you know, I forgot to like put that in with it as well, or you send an email and you forget to put the attachments, or you send an email and you forget to like write something that you had to put in there, you might just feel like, oh, why? But that's the thing that happens in Mercury retrograde. Things can happen with technology that are frustrating, things can happen with information and ideas that people share where there's miscommunications, misunderstandings. Just keep in mind that this can happen with Mercury retrograde. Don't really blame yourself. I would just say, like, double check things, reread things, rewrite things. That's the best way you can really kind of get through that sort of energy, because Mercury retrograde does tend to do things like that, especially with travels and things like that. There may be delays, so if you are traveling, I would just say that there could be some delays here and there, okay, but that's also to do with Mercury retrograde. Like, for example, if you are going to someone's house and you leave and there's traffic and there's so much traffic, you might get there late, okay? Or if you're trying to go somewhere, you may find that you get there late. If you are trying to go on holiday or something, and say, for example, the flight gets delayed, or however you're traveling there gets delayed, yeah, you might get there a little bit later than you are expecting. Okay, so that's what we're seeing there. Mercury retrograde is just a bit of a headache, but it's not the end of the world. That's the good news. It's not the end of the world. We also have here the Seven of Swords as well. Yeah, there can be some misunderstandings here with people around you, just based on Mercury being a bit, well, retrograde. So I just say here that there can be people that like sort of lie around you, and I think that because you're quite intuitive, you will absolutely pick up on this. And I think that that's one thing that I am seeing, is that there could be like certain people that are lying or stealing, you know, going behind your back and doing things, and you're like, you kind of feel and pick up on the energies. I'd say trust your gut and trust your energy, because I definitely feel here that some of you are doing a bit of like detective work, especially with the Knight of Wands. You're like looking at what people are up to, you're looking at what people are doing perhaps on social media, you're kind of looking at how they're doing things, what they're doing, and you're picking up on things, and you just know in your gut and your heart. So Knight of Wands is like exploration, but it's also kind of like protecting yourself, I guess, and figuring out what other people are doing, because you might just see it on your social media feeds, you know, that, oh, this person is liking this thing and that thing is related to this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're putting pieces together in that sense. But remember, with Mercury retrograde, it's not about relying on others. So don't try and fix other people, right? The main thing here is accept people as they are and focus on yourself, and let, you know, like attract like. So people will come to you depending on your energies towards yourself. You know, Sun here is a very positive energy, which does show friendships. So you may build some interesting friendships in September, or you may be hanging around with friends that really do have your back. So like attracts like. Be around people that just have your back, that love you, that care for you. Those are your people, you know, they care about you and they genuinely love you so much. So that's really going to help you a lot. We've got here the third eye chakra energies with this color purple. So some of you may also find that By the way, the third eye is very much so the colour indigo, and this is really to do with some of you might have, like for example, you might feel that your eyes are like dry. You might find that your nose is runny, dry. Like for example, you know, there can be just a few little issues, not like extreme issues. Obviously, if you do have extreme issues, please do go see a medical professional. But you might have problems with, like for example, your eyes or your nose. You might just find that they're like really itchy, for example, but also parts of like your head, your sinuses, for example, as well, and your face. So you might just have, you know, a few issues there, especially if you, because of, you know, Mercury retrograde and everything happening, you might just feel a little bit sort of like congested, basically. So one thing I will say is that that will pass, and you'll feel so much better after that, anyways. So that's just one thing that I am seeing here, is that the third eye can kind of impact you a lot, because you are a very like, you're a very self-aware person, but sometimes when a lot is happening, it can just feel like a lot, and it can also start to show on your body as well. So do keep that in mind. It's not going to be extreme. It might just be for like one day or like an hour, you know, that you feel that kind of like itching eye energy and things like that. But for some of you, it could be a little bit more. But just make sure that you seek professional advice where possible, you know. So because the third eye actually, well, it is associated with those areas. It regulates those parts of your bodies. So we have here this card which says inner child. So you're currently healing old emotional wounds. So I feel like many of you are also dealing with a lot of that. And so that also impacts why your third eye is, you know, third eye chakra is like that, and why it's impacting other parts of your body where you feel congested. So I would definitely recommend meditation as well, because that will really help to detach and to focus more on yourself, and to also bring that energy back to your divine self, your highest self, and to make you feel so much better as well. Definitely can help and make you feel so much happier and so much better. Okay, so I definitely do recommend that as well. Yeah, so that's really the biggest thing that I will say, is bringing that balance towards yourself, looking after yourself, protecting yourself, and hanging out with people. I see that you're going to be hanging out with people that truly do have your back. I don't think that you want to waste time being around people that genuinely don't care about you, you know what I mean? So that's what I see there. Okay, so let's have a look at charms. We have the letter T. Look at that. The flowers. So the Queen of Wands is very well known to actually hold a flower like this in her hand. We do have a bouquet here, so it's almost like you're growing, you know, you're spiritually really growing, you're becoming stronger, you're becoming really self-aware within yourself, which you are, okay? Under pressure, guess what doesn't break? A diamond. You are the diamond, okay? So sometimes you might feel isolated, you may feel like things are not working in your favor, but remember, diamonds aren't just left out in the open for anyone to touch and take. No, diamonds are protected, and the reason they're so heavily protected is because they are special, and they can only fall into the hands of those that can afford them. Okay, so keep that in mind. Anytime you feel isolated, just think of yourself as a diamond in a safe that is being protected for the right group of people to be around you, or that you're basically being protected so that nothing hurts you even more, because I do feel here that many of you have had issues, especially in regards to, you know, like emotional wounds that have been created, or trauma, especially from like maybe even your childhood. Your inner child has just not felt so great, and ultimately you are healing and you are becoming stronger than ever before. You're really growing and blooming. The letter T could be to do with really anything. I mean, it could be to do with something that you find enjoyment in, it could be to do with your name, it could be to do with somebody else's name, but it will be a confirmation for you in September for sure. I mean, even September has the letter T in it as well, but it's to a T. So the sleigh here shows that it's bringing you abundance. You know, September really is bringing you so much more peace, so much more healing, so much more strength as well, and lots of growth. All of those words actually do have the letter T in it as well. And then you've got the anchor as well. So the anchor here is about things that are weighing you down. You're like really trying to move through those things and shift through those things. It's okay to stop and think about things and to digest and process it. But I also feel like you're moving towards a lot more abundance and really protecting your inner peace, personal power, and yourself to feel so much stronger and better within the things that you are doing. So you are becoming stronger and things are coming together for you. It's definitely a very big thing. So that is really what I am picking up on, and it's pretty significant to see that as well. So I really hope that this does help you and gives you lots and lots of clarity, of course. Of course, if this does resonate with you, please, please, please do let me know in the comment section below. It would be lovely to know. Yeah, it really helps out the channel as well if you like and subscribe to the channel, and you also comment down below. So do feel free to let me know how this does resonate with you. And of course, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you click on the little bell notification next to the subscribe button, that will just make sure that my videos all go into your subscription box. Sometimes YouTube selectively puts videos into your subscription box if you haven't got the bell turned on. So if you do turn the bell on, you will get all of my videos, because I do post every single day, and I do sometimes post more than one video a day. So that's something I just thought I would let you know of. Also, I do have TikTok and Instagram, and I post videos on there as well if you are interested in following me on there. All the information for the handles and the usernames is down below. Those are my only accounts. Anything else that you come across on TikTok is most likely fake, so just thought I would tell you, TikTok or Instagram, you know, other accounts are fake. And also, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, or you'd like to purchase a private paid reading with me, or you would like to purchase any of the intention items, everything is listed down below, and it's also on my website as well. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.